Right, that's better. Just light a fuse and in exactly half an hour, one of the most audacious terrorist plots in history... Ah, that's better. Light a fuse and in just half an hour, one of the most audacious terrorist plots in history might or might not go off.
Isn't that my job?
Yes, just bear with me. So, as November the 5th looms, we present an explosive tale of intrigue and skullduggery, awful treachery, blood, guts, royalty, and sex. No expense spared, a cast of hundreds. Actually, to be honest, I lied about the sex. Like all good plots, this one begins in a pub. Duck and Drake on the Strand, one of the most popular watering holes in all London. The group we're interested in are that lot over in the corner. What you might call today terrorists in waiting. Robert Catesby, charismatic, dangerously persuasive, ludicrously optimistic. It's all his idea, but no one remembers that. Thomas Percy, loads of aristocratic connections. Thomas Winter, trained as a lawyer. And Jack Wright, Yorkshireman, top swordsman, and a schoolmate of this bloke, brought in from fighting for the Spanish in Flanders. Bit handy with the old gunpowder.
5 pints at best, barman.
Why don't you try a cup of coffee, Squire? Oh, I was only asking.
Just one little historical point. Coffee doesn't really come into Britain until the 1650s and wouldn't have been drunk widely in London until then.
Guy, isn't it?
It's Guido, actually. You got a problem with that?
Yeah, no, very cosmopolitan, very Spanish. So what are you lot up to over in the corner?
Top secret, mate. Need to know only basis. Unless, of course...
A what, sorry? Catholic.
We don't talk religion in this tavern.
In fact, if you valued your health, you didn't talk religion at all. The Catholics and Protestants had been at each other's throats since Henry VIII's time. Anyway, actually I am.
You are?
Oh, yes.
All right. Well, in that case, we're plotting to blow up the king, queen, princes, and the government at the next sitting of Parliament. Then we're going to start a Catholic uprising, abduct the king's daughter, Princess Elizabeth, and proclaim her queen, thus making life for all us Catholics a bed of roses.
And persecute the Protestants?
Abso-bloody-lutely. The nature of the disease requires so sharp a remedy.
And there you have it. Simple, really. Legs!
Nice one, Guido.
Introducing Robert Cecil, Chief Royal Counsellor, Financial Wizard, Parliamentary Manager, and the King's own spymaster. Nobody knows as much about what's going on in the kingdom as this man.
And this is the man the plotters want to kill. Scottish King James, now also King of England. He's only been on the throne a couple of years. To get there, he's worked jolly hard to make everyone happy, from the Catholic Spanish, who are at war with the English, to the fanatical Protestants. He's even got the English Catholics believing he'll be okay to them as well.
I'll be okay to the Catholics. Honest.
Nothing in writing, of course.
What James is now learning is just how much the English hate him because he's Scottish.
But please do remember that the Protestants hate you because you've been going easy on the Catholics. Now please.
So, what James needs now is some good PR. And to get that, he has to be a bit nastier to, guess who?
The Catholics.
So, James announces a plan to outlaw Catholicism, which, in a nutshell, is why the plotters in the pub want him dead.
Or why we might quite like it if the Catholics came up with some crazy stunt to blow him up. Just a thought.
The plot's moving forward. A small flat is rented near the House of Lords, where Guy moves in.
It's Guido!
Guido, whatever, moves in pretending to be a servant called John Johnson. It's here they hatch. Will you stop with the drumming?
I've done time team, you know.
I don't care. Digging a tunnel under Parliament. How's it going, Guido?
I don't know! There seems to be a lot of water down here!
That'll be the Thames then.
You do realise that the tunnel was probably a complete fabrication cooked up after the conspirators had been arrested. There's no evidence, never existed at all.
Yes, but there's no evidence to say there wasn't either. Anyway, it doesn't matter, because of course they had... I won't tell you again! They had, of course...
Location, 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 sir.
Yes, this is perfect. It's close to the river, easy access, it's dark and it's secretive. Yes.
That's right. Rent a basement under the Houses of Parliament. Perfectly possible in March 1605. But by today's standards, a little like Osama bin Laden renting space under the White House.
People are queuing up for these places, and they're going like hotcakes. So will you take it, sir?
I'll take it. Lock, stock.
And barrels, sir?
Oh, no barrels, no, maybe a few little knickknacks. Yeah, I might put a shelf up over there.
Right, having rented the basement, Guido, buys gunpowder, probably from Essex, and brings it across the Thames by boat.
Hey, stop! What's in that barrel?
Potatoes.
That's a very fine-looking barrel, sir. Looks like it should contain,
High-quality meat.
yeah, or fine wine.
These are high-quality potatoes.
King Edward's?
No, King James's actually, that's why I'm going in there.
All right. Do you want a hand?
Oh, thank you very much. I've 35 more in the boat.
You have to imagine Westminster as not in the least like it is today. The palace was a rabbit warren of taverns, shops and storerooms. Nobody would have noticed a few barrels being rolled around.
What's all this then?
This, my friend, is gunpowder.
What, all of it?
You're sitting on a neat mix of sulphur, charcoal, saltpeter, dash of alcohol and a sprinkle of water. Terribly cheap now at the moment, now that the war with Spain is over.
Is it?
Now let's see. Cheap stuff on the outside, good stuff in the middle. There's enough powder here to blow everyone upstairs into the fiery pits of damnation. Lights. Camera. Action.
The first of 4 programmes examining the work of World War II's secret agents follows at 10 o'clock.
Twice in 1604, London was gripped by plague.
Here, you dead yet? No, yeah. Right, I'll be back in 5 minutes. Yeah, you're dead.
It was decided London was not a healthy place to hold Parliament.
I decided that London is no longer a healthy place to hold Parliament. I'm off hunting for the summer. And autumn. And possibly winter too.
Imbecile.
So, Guy Fawkes goes to get some more gunpowder. The plotters take on some more plotters. The king hunts. And then, something unexpected happens.
Damn!
Bit of a problem.
Gunpowder's gone off.
Which means?
Which means it won't blow. Which means I've got to go and get some more.
Oh, all right, keep your hair on. It says in the history books you were of mild and cheerful demeanour.
Well, I'm on a bit of a short fuse.
Well, the history books also say that you were tall, handsome, and of excellent natural parts. I wonder what excellent natural parts are.
Mind your own business!
And with a few months to kill, Guy Fawkes replaces all the rotten gunpowder, while the rest of the plotters bring in some more Catholic sympathisers.
It is our aim to blow up the Houses of Parliament when they are opened by the King with gunpowder. That is the matter upon which we need your help. So, are you with us?
The thing about bringing in more conspirators is that it makes the plot much more likely to leak. And that is where it all starts going horribly wrong.
A mysterious letter arrives in the dead of night at the home of turncoat Catholic peer Lord Monteagle, who's having his supper.
Something's afoot. Saddle my horse immediately.
Monteagle has already been fingered in Catholic plots against the state. So, to make amends and in hopes of a big fat pension, he goes hotfoot to, surprise, surprise, our spy master friend, Lord Cecil.
A mysterious letter, Majesty. No idea what it means, but I thought you should have a look.
I should explain at this point, James is paranoid about being assassinated, mainly because people keep trying to kill him. And his father was blown up with gunpowder. So, it didn't take him long to work out that Parliament was to be blown up.
It hasn't taken me long to work out that this letter is a warning that Parliament is about to be blown up.
How mind-bogglingly clever, Your Majesty. I would never have spotted that in a million years. And a Parliament search from top to bottom. In a couple of days, just to let the plot ripen.
Psst. Love your work.
Oh, he's not here.
No, because of course Guy wouldn't be stupid enough to be evening there when they arrived.
You are nicked. Damn.
And And so the Gunpowder plot is thwarted, and all England celebrates salvation from the evil and traitorous Catholics.
1 minute you're all chummy and now it's evil and traitorous, is it?
Start lighting the bonfires.
You're not making any friends, you know. What's that sword? Take the last train to Pottsville and I'll meet you at the station.
Despite finding out about the arrest of Guy Fawkes, the plotters still blindly, and this shows you how off the planet they were, think they're in with a chance. They scarf to the Midlands to try and stir up a Catholic revolt.
Oh, no, no, no.
And are met with absolutely no success whatsoever. Nobody wants to know them. The doors are shut.
What was your intent?
To blow you and all your lords back to Scotland where you belong.
I was very brave.
Well, I have my moments, you know. You don't think I went a bit too far, do you?
No. I think you showed a lot of guts.
And I think they'll get quite naring in the next couple of days.
So, off goes Guy to the Tower of London, and not for a rest cure.
Sorry, old chap, King's orders. Gentle torture first, and now this.
You don't seem to be enjoying your work.
A little rather cruel and wasteful.
Perhaps you should see a careers officer. So, Guy, Guido, how do you feel?
Well, I used to feel my fingers, but now I'm not so sure. How do you think I feel, you They're tearing me limb from limb!
How long has this been going on?
Oh, the whole day.
And so, after a further 2 days, Guy finally gave in.
You mean there's another 2 days of this?
And gave his real name and the names of all the conspirators.
I won't, you know!
I'm afraid you will, old chap. Sorry.
Meanwhile, the remaining conspirators, give or take a few, have holed up at a house in Staffordshire. They're wet, pursued, and dispirited. In an extraordinarily stupid moment, they decide to dry out the gunpowder for their muskets, get this, in front of an open fire. Amazingly, none of the conspirators are killed in the explosion, but next morning 200 soldiers surround them and prepare for the grand finale.
Here we mean to die.
Brave, but incredibly stupid.
Get fire!
Raindrops are falling on my head. I'm just like the guy whose feet are too big for his bed. Nothing seems to fit. Those raindrops are falling on my head.
Interesting historical fact. The two ringleaders, Robert Catesby and Thomas Percy, were both shot down and died from the same musket ball, passing straight through their bodies.
There may be trouble ahead, but while there's moonlight and music and love and romance.
We've just had the trial. You didn't miss much, to be honest. Half an hour it took, no defence offered, and not surprisingly, they were all found guilty and sentenced to death.
Listen, I've been framed. I mean, think about it. Firstly, it's easy to get any sort of confession via torture.
Please stop. I'll say whatever you want.
I mean, I had to tell him where he dug a tunnel he didn't even know about. And who do you think got the most out of tipping off the authorities?
As a general rule, it's always good to have some solid evidence.
And why wait to the 11th hour to search the building? One must remember the drama. The public loved that 11th hour stuff. In any case, we already knew the gunpowder had gone off. Completely harmless. You see? I couldn't have done it even if I'd wanted to.
Yeah, but a fat lot of good that's going to do you now, sunshine.
You two, hurry up! I've got a lot of work this afternoon.
Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars.
So, there you have it. The king ended up looking really cool. He was the one that discovered the plot at the last minute, and everybody thought he was great, for a time at least. And Cecil did okay too. He proved he was really loyal and got rid of the troublesome Catholics. You'll be pleased to know that he died of scurvy a couple of years later. Thank you very much. You did okay as well, didn't you?
I was horribly tortured and put to death.
Yeah, that's true, but you're the only one that anybody ever remembers. Children today make dummies of you, carry them around the streets and earn money.
That's nice.
Then they chuck them on bonfires.
You have to stick the knife in, don't you? You've got a nasty streak.
I'm just telling you how it is.
Anyway, I think that Cecil was behind it all along.
You know, you may well be right, but the trouble is there's so little evidence, it's impossible to tell. You'll just have to make up your own mind. Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
What a beautiful day.
Fancy a baked potato?
Did they catch on?
Oh, yes, Guido, they did.
You know, I think I'm dropping that Guido thing, going back to Guy.
Really? Well, no one ever says penny for a Guido, do they?
It was on the 5th of November when the time that went back was up to say that that's impossible, that you and I would never look back. And wasn't it incredible, so beautiful and above all, just to see the fuse get lit